damn, Harold got to shoot his shot twice this episode, and it was disappointing both times. Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags. It's I, Jen Thépuppét, coming to you with another review, this time of The Stand, Episode 4 from CBS All Access. This episode's entitled House of the Dead, and that's pretty much been what this whole show's been about. A bunch of dead people and a few alive people. It's not going to be like that game, I'll tell you what. No zombies around here. Either way, let's get on to it. And spoiler alert for later on in this review. Just letting you know, I'm going to talk about some of these things that are in the episode. So if you haven't had a chance, go to CBS All Access, check it out, and come back and see if you agree with me. All right, so overall, I'll say this episode's it's good. It's pretty good. Like the previous episode, its pacing is weird. Probably not so great. Storytelling is that's not as impactful as I want it to be. I actually had to watch this episode twice, or at least skim through it to sort of remember much of the story beats, and that's kind of bad. I shouldn't have to watch it twice to remember some stuff in it, but once I skimmed through it, I was like, oh yeah, that happened. So they could be doing better than that. I don't think I should have to watch an episode twice. Really, that's crazy. Unless I really, really liked it, and I just like this one. But either way, within the episode, we see that Flag's message to the Boulder Free Zone, I guess that's what they call themselves, was received loud and clear, and so the council decides it's time to do something about this, and the first thing they do is they need to find things out. So they soul search a little bit. I don't think they did much soul searching, and decide to send some spies to get some information. And that's mostly what happens in the episode. But also, as I noted in previous episodes, Harold Lauder is front and center, and his further radicalization, this time not just on his own, but aided and abetted by Nadine Cross, continues to be one of the focuses on what's going on in Boulder. And to that, actually, you realize there ain't no random flag in this. Not at all. This is really an episode about what's going on in Boulder, and as they try to rebuild the civilization, maybe some of the strain and the cracks and the tough choices that start having to be made, especially as Flag looms large in the background. And this is all kind of, I guess you could say, symbolized by getting the power back on later on in the episode. And also, as I say about Harold's radicalization, that is also kind of brought to a head by a kind of big, at least for his storyline, death. And that comes near the end of the episode, at the exact end of the episode, in fact. And as I see it, it's just another brick laid on the path to hell for Harold Lauder that he's voluntarily walking down. So, but all in all, I enjoyed the episode. I thought there was some good stuff going on. The actors are really, really doing a great job here. I will give mostly credit to Owen Teague. He's a good Harold Lauder. I'm actually kind of disappointed with the actress that plays Franny. I have to look her name up, but not as endearing as I was expecting from Franny. So the episode gets some things right, some things wrong. Let's start with the wrong or the bad or whatever you want to call it. Just stuff that stuck out to me as not so good. Again, I say pacing. There is a almost glacial pace at times here. Even though things are happening, it just feels like things are happening slowly. And this might have to do with the fact that we don't really see any Randall Flagg or any bad guys. This is all about internal politics. And I don't know about you, but internal politics isn't exactly riveting unless there's actual politics. And aside from some wrestling with a decision about who to send, not much in the way of politics. I think that the timeline jumping, the way they jump around to past, present, near past, that sort of thing, really kind of muddles the storytelling unnecessarily, and that may contribute to why some of this is a little hard to remember. There's no Randall Flagg in this. What the hell? There's barely any. There's barely any Mother Abigail, but definitely no Flagg, and that's kind of bullshit. Let's call it like that. He's hella interesting, and I'd like to see more of him. So, what about what they get right? Things that I really liked in this. Aside, I guess I said the actors and their performance, that was good. But I do like, and I have liked in the past, Tom Cullen, the character, and the actor that plays him is really good. But I liked how they deepened the relationship between Tom and Nick as you see them out on the road, and how they encounter another survivor that's kind of imbalanced and just kind of an ass. It's really good, and you see the goodness of both their characters. Harold's character arc is really the highlight, I think. I want to say the highlight because you can just tell the consequential nature of everything that's happening with him is kind of huge. So seeing him sort of pretend to be cool or pretend to be all right, but have something else going on in the back of his head, it's pretty great. Another thing that I really like that they did good in this episode, they changed Wyzak's death in a way I think actually is probably better than the book or the original miniseries. Not to spoil it too much, but the way he dies, I think, is more impactful to the overall character development that they've been working on with Harold. Beyond that, I just really like Tom Cullen in this. This more Tom Cullen, the better. The actor that is Tom is great, and the encounter with Julie was, I don't know, what a bitch. That's all I can say. Some other things that was weird to me. How could they, the council? They're like, oh, who knows what we saw there? And to be fair to them, it could have been Flagg fucking with them, but still, just to deny this shit at this point, it's just stupid. More thoughts on Harold. Jeez. I mean, I said he's the most dangerous motherfucker in this show, aside from, I would say, Randall Flagg. But just seeing his descent, this radicalization of Harold, I think it's way too topical to be coincidental that this is how they're covering it. He is an incel at the end of the world, and it must fucking kill him. He's rejected by Franny, and in a world where there's far fewer men than before, he just can't seem to make it happen. His obsession is killing him, and makes him dangerous as shit. I do like that there's a nod to the book where Harold's eating a payday while talking to Stu and Glenn. That's an old thing that was kind of, his character in the book was fat, and while he's not here, this was just a little Easter egg if you're paying attention. I also enjoyed the subtle hint that maybe, and this may play into a fan theory, that the people that survived the plague may have survived it because they have the shine. Now, I mean, should we give any credence to that? I don't know, but there's supernatural shit going on, but why not? But the point is that she and other people seem to be displaying some ability to sort of read people, and it seems that she's suspicious of Harold, and maybe there's more to it than just thinking he's a creep. And lastly, that Dana, the young lady who beats the hell out of that rapist dude, just taking the level and badass, if you know what that phrase means, just leveling up to just a straight boss mode. And that whole little setup, the whole rape van and, fight and kill the men and take the women, that just an indication of the way the world probably could go, because people with the power do what they want. And it's just further humiliation and emasculation for Harold right after he's been rejected by Franny. So just like I said, the further radicalization of Harold Lauder. Well, those are my thoughts on The Stand, Episode 4, The House of the Dead. Do you agree with my assessment? You have other comments? Have other thoughts about this you want to share? Shoot on down to the comment section and let me know what you think. Or you can email me, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on the Twitters. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me for this review. And we have more reviews coming in the future. Come on back and join us next time for the next review on the Super Not Funny Show. Peace.